Hey guys, what is up? Today we're going to be telling campfire stories and roasting marshmallows. Probably, yeah, we need a little bit more wood or oil, but it'll work. So come join us. I like what you're doing. Alright, first up, we got the fire. It's nice and warm. But my marshmallow's not getting cooked. Well, I think mine's done. There you go. Got mine. Okay. You got a whole kebab over here,
What
man.
do you got going on?
Got mine ready. That's how you do it, right?
It's just kebab.
Like cookies layered?
I want mine to be ready right off the stick.
Man,
The bottom marshmallow just to hold the bottom cookie.
Okay. I have got the s'more of deliciousness.
Hey, Christian.
We
you
use
think I'm
striped cookies for this,
done? Christian, you
so we
think
don't
I'm
have
done?
to buy a whole bunch of
Christian,
chocolate.
you think I'm done?
But
Christian.
graham crackers.
Hey guys, look, I'm done.
Marsh kebab.
Oh my goodness. Carter's is
marsh kebab.
on fire.
Oh yeah, this is just the way I like it.
I do not like burnt marshmallows. I don't know how you
Well,
do
you're
that.
weird.
You're weird.
I'm alright.
Okay, so can I see the cookie? Let's do the surgery. Cookie, please.
Oh God.
Thank you.
Call this the flaming cookie.
Oh!
What's the flaming cookie?
That was definitely the flaming cookie.
Like, yeah,
I think that
so,
was too
It didn't quite work out.
so Jessica,
What?
so you're going to take one of these, okay?
The stick burnt.
Chocolate, please.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get it myself.
The cookie has chocolate on it. That's why we did it that way.
I like
Yeah.
mine
We
with
did the fudge stripe cookies.
You would have had to see
I like
that
mine
put
with
together.
extra chocolate. Actually, I'll save it for another s'more.
We'll try this a different way.
So,
Hold on.
Jessica.
Hold on.
What?
Another cookie? I'll get it myself.
No, it's fine, Frank.
Thank you.
I had overdone it.
You can't burn this.
You.
You're gonna wash them.
Me.
I'm done washing.
This is working fine.
So, guys, here's how you're supposed to make an.
Oh guys, I'm gonna make my s'more. But
Oh,
I'm just gonna
you
cook
got
it with the
marshmallow
chocolate.
me.
But I got a more smarter idea. My marshmallow is an
What?
actual person now.
To change
It's
the
got
life?
a little hot. But I don't know.
That's how you
They might have a
roast a
cookie though.
marshmallow.
Let me see.
Pow.
Fudge stripe s'mores. The only way to do it.
Yes, it is. Dad, what do you know about it? You made
Paula
the
came up with a
flaming
good
cookie.
idea, didn't she?
What soon became the failing cookie.
So Paula came up with a good idea, didn't she?
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought of that idea.
You know what would really be good is samoa.
Fudge stripe cookies instead of graham cracker and chocolate.
This is
It's less
McNabbs.
messy that way, I think.
Okay, guys, so I'm
I don't know.
It's less.
Looking at my husband, it looks pretty messy.
I'm topping this off. I want to
This is supposed to be
And you're
private.
going to take your horse to the Old Town Road.
So guys, I want to top this bottom off. Put this up here. So I'm gonna slide the cookie right here. I've got a whole better idea than Quentin's.
What?
This. See? Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe not too pretty now. So guys, chocolate is melted. So it's just like not working out. What is it with these dang cookies?
I don't know.
Same thing
dude.
happened to you with the flaming cookie.
Okay.
More like the failing cookie.
We forgot.
Note to self, do not, actually I got some chocolate.
The oh no, wrong side.
Note
We
to
forgot one
self,
essential s'mores ingredient.
do not burn.
Napkins.
Do not burn the cookies and melt the chocolate, or else what just happens, what's just gonna happen.
Really?
Marshmallow. Voila! Actually, you know what that sounds like?
Now that's almost perfect.
Okay, yeah, I told you. Exactly. I was gonna make a good marshmallow, but not too
Right.
lovely there.
Christian,
Burnt to a crisp.
I challenge you to the Chubby Bunny Challenge.
What is that?
One to have
Almost
time.
there.
Bag of marshmallows. Jessica, you may want to get this on film. Hey Jessica, you want to watch us do the Chubby Bunny Challenge?
Yeah. What is it?
Okay, so it's where you stick marshmallows in your mouth, and the last one who can say Chubby Bunny wins.
Where'd you learn this from?
I don't know.
YouTube.
Yeah. So Christian, take your first marshmallow.
Can I at least get a marshmallow on the stick now?
Sure.
I'll get the Hershey's.
Come on, Christian. Do it with him.
These marshmallows are super good, by the way.
I'm not putting no chocolate on this one.
Hold on, do the challenge with him.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're gonna keep sticking on marshmallows in our mouths. No, so the last one can say Chubby Bunny.
Okay.
Chubby Bunny. Bunny.
They're not saying it anymore. You both lost.
You both. All right, let's see if Quentin can do it.
That's a waste of
I
marshmallow.
like how you like push them both to the side.
That's a waste of marshmallow. Chubby bunny. Chubby bunny. Chubby bunny. Chubby bunny.
You didn't say it.
I'm gonna throw up.
Ew.
All right, we're gonna tell some scary stories.
Dab on the potatoes.
Who wants to go first?
Quentin. Yeah.
Babe?
The one about the hook. That's a good one.
No, he's got his own.
That I made up.
You can say one you know, or you
Guys
can
are
make
gonna
one
laugh.
up.
Oh, this is good. My dad tells the best stories.
I'm not doing it while Christian's on the phone.
Christian,
He's looking up scary stories.
Okay.
he's trying to find him a story.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
show
go.
you.
So, once upon a time, there was an RV camping park, much like this one that we're at tonight. And on this one particular night in the RV camping park, people started getting a strange visit from this scary monster. And the monster would go from door to door at the RVs in the middle of the night. And he would knock on the door.
It's what
And-
spots.
When the people would answer, when the people that were camping there would answer, he would say, "Do you have any children inside?" If people said no, he would go to the next door and he'd knock again. And finally, he came to an RV. He knocked on the door, and the people answered, and he said, "Do you have any children inside?" And they said, "Yeah, well, we do in fact have some children inside." He said, "I want them to come with me." And on this particular day, the kids hadn't behaved too well, so the parents said, "Well, you know what? Why don't you just take them with you?" So the monster took the kids, and they were frightened to death. They didn't know what was about to happen. And all of a sudden, the monster took out a big jar, a huge jar. It was so big it looked like a kid could fit inside it. Because the monster was so big, I guess he carried big jars. And he had taken them away from the RVs by then. And they were scared to death. They didn't know what he was going to do to them. And then after that, he took out a huge knife. Then they got even more afraid. The next thing you know, he took the top of the jar and started poking the top with a knife to make holes in it. And the kids at that point, they were so scared, but they wanted to know what was going on. So they said, "Mister, what are you going to do to us?" And he said, "I just wanted some friends to catch lightning bugs with me." So for the rest of the night, the kids ran around the RV park catching lightning bugs with the monster. And at one point they talked to each other and they said, "You know what? This is a pretty nice monster. Maybe we shouldn't be so afraid of monsters. We're scared all the time to sleep in the dark and stuff like that. Maybe we shouldn't be so scared." And they had the best time of their lives catching lightning bugs with the monster. And they caught so many lightning bugs to fill up that huge jar, and it would shine so bright when the lightning bugs lit up. And they really had a good time. But then at some point it was getting really, really late. So the kids looked at each other and they said, "Well, I'm getting tired. Maybe we should tell the monster it's time to go home." So they looked at the monster and they said, "You know what, monster? This has been really fun. We made a new friend tonight. I'm really glad you got us to come catch lightning bugs with you." So, but then they told the monster, they said, "We're getting really tired and our parents will probably be expecting us home, so we're gonna go back to the RV and get some sleep." And the monster looked at the kids and he said, "I'm getting tired too. And also catching lightning bugs always makes me hungry, and now I'm ready for dinner." And the kid said, "Oh really? What do you eat?" And he looked at him and he said, "Children, of course." And they were never seen again.
Is that true?
True story.
Is that true?
True story.
No, please don't tell me that's actually true.
They'll be knocking on our camper
It's a
tonight.
true story.
That'll just.
All right, who's going next?
Carter.
I'll go.
Carter?
Once upon a time, there was this place called Area 51. And people were super scared of it because they thought aliens lived there. And they all never wanted to go there. But one day, an alien escaped. And he walked over to an RV and he said, "Move up." And then they said, "Next." And then he went to the next RV. And it turns out the kids could understand him. And he said, "Do you want to come play with me?" And they said, "Yeah." So whenever they went to play, the alien took them back to Area 51. By the time they got there, it's like 6 in the morning. And whenever they got to Area 51, the military was sitting there waiting on the alien. And then the alien walked inside and brought the children with him, but dressed them up like aliens. And then he started to play with the children. And he said, blah, 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 blah. Alien language. And then everybody got into one UFO. And the kids were in the UFO too. Well, flying saucer. And no one ever seen it again. Maybe you don't know what's behind this. Maybe it's because they were at a restaurant and some little kid threw his plate across the room. That's why it's called a flying saucer. And maybe it's because there's mashed potatoes and beans are on
Your
there.
story's funny more than it is scary.
I can't help it. I'm out. The end.
Christian.
Is that a true story?
Okay.
Is that true?
Tell me that wasn't true.
Is that true, Carter?
Well, my sister would probably do it, so yeah.
So my story is based off a book called. It's based off a book. So my story is The Thing. There are two young boys named Trevor and Will. They spent most of their summer vacations hanging around town looking for things to do. It's a very long ago. One hot August night, the boys were sitting on a fence by the main road. There was a cornfield just across the road. Suddenly, Trevor spotted something in the field. In the darkness, it was difficult to make out, but he thought it looked like some kind of weird animal. He nudged his friend and pointed in the direction of the strange-looking figure. Will said he could see it too. He wasn't sure, but mysterious things seemed vaguely human. Then the next thing they knew, the thing was gone. The boys craned their necks and scanned the field with their eyes. Out of the blackness came the thing. It slowly walked over to the edge of the field before disappearing again. Trevor and Will looked at each other puzzled. "What was that?" asked Will. "I have no idea," replied Trevor. No sooner he said that than Trevor felt a clammy hand on his shoulder. He turned around and found himself staring directly into the hideous face of the thing. He let out a yell of terror and surprise. The rotten skin on the thing's face was coming off in places, revealing the bone underneath. For a moment, it just stares silently at Trevor with its dark, sunken eyes. Then it suddenly grabbed a hold of his arm. Trevor felt its fingernails dig into its flesh, and he wriggled out of its grasp. Two boys leaped off the fence and ran down the road. Screaming in horror, they didn't stop running until they reached their homes. They tried to tell their parents and friends about the thing they had seen that night, but nobody believed them. When Trevor woke up the next morning, the scratches on his arm were still there. After a few days, they got worse and worse. Trevor got sick, and his parents took him to see a doctor. After examining his arm, the doctor told the boy it was infected, and gave him some pills to take. Fortunately, Trevor's condition got worse and worse and worse. The infection spread him. Into his entire arm. It wasn't long off. He was taken to the hospital. The doctors did treatment. It seemed to work. The infection spread throughout his whole body. Trevor started to waste away. Seems like he was beyond help, and as the days went by, he steadily grew worse and worse. His anguished cry as they watched their beloved son slowly rotting away before their eyes. On the day that Trevor finally passed away, Will came to the hospital to visit him. When the boy walked into the hospital room and saw Trevor lying in the bed, he was horrified. His friend looked exactly like the thing. That's it. 3 paragraphs long.
Right, y'all ready? Okay. Once upon a time, there was this little girl named Susie.
Susie.
Wait, strangers?
No, it's just my story, okay? So, she was at the toy store one day with her mom, and she had always wanted this doll.
Oh no. I see where this is
Okay?
going.
It was called the Lucy doll. So she begged her mom to get it, and her mom finally gave in and was like, okay, we'll get this doll.
Sounds like something I would do.
Well, Susie was like 9 years old, okay? Well, she loved this doll, and she played with it all the time. Well, one night, she was in bed, and she thought she heard some little, like, pitter-patter, like, going down the stairwell. She got up, she ran to her mom's room, she's like, Mom, I'm scared, did you hear that? I was like, no, it's okay, baby, there's nothing there, just go to bed. She goes back to bed. She doesn't think nothing of it, that her doll's not in the room. Well, she goes back to bed, hides under the covers until she falls asleep. Next day, she can't find her doll. So then she doesn't really think much of it. She goes downstairs to play, and there's her doll just sitting there. She thinks to herself, I didn't put her there. I don't know, maybe I forgot. So the next night, same thing, she's on the bed, she hears pitter-patter. And she goes to her mom's room again. Her mom tells her the same thing. Don't worry about it, it's just nothing, go back to bed. So she goes in her room, and all of a sudden the doll comes in there and does some kind of like spell on her.
Oh.
And they switch bodies.
That's what Chucky wants to do. Trust
No,
me.
they switch bodies. And then for the rest of her life, the Lucy doll was her, and she was in the Lucy doll, and she could never tell anybody. She just stayed in this doll and always had to like watch everybody around her, but could never move or tell anybody. So Lucy got to live her life, and her mother and her father never knew about it.
Oh, and that took place in Child's Play because Chucky wants to switch
No, it
bodies.
didn't.
Yes,
Mom,
Chucky wants to switch bodies.
I know what that's based on though.
Annabelle.
It's based on a show called whatever.
Who do you know
It's
that's
R.L.
named
Stein.
Lucy and Susie?
Lily D is what the doll was. They switched bodies and then
That's it all.
no, they switched bodies and then they switched back.
Well, I mean, I would assume it's evil if it
Hey,
took her
Chucky
soul.
can switch bodies. You know why?
Why?
He's too dumb to do the spell.
Alright guys, that's the end of our scary stories for tonight by the campfire. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us.
Carter wants to tell y'all bye in his alien voice.
Blah, 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 blah.
And remember, if a scary monster comes to your RV while camping, don't answer the door. It doesn't want to just catch lightning bugs.